Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to simply archive the information to show you what the 330-97 screw and washer set, or what the screw looked like from the discontinued LCN 330 series closers. The bottom line is this has a very unique screw. There is no screw from the balance of the LCN product line that will give you this screw. If you have 330 series closers installed and you need that screw to hold the forearm to the bracket that's prepped in the header of the frame, there's not good news. I've spoken to the factory about this. A gentleman in Princeton, Illinois at the factory was, to say kind enough is the epic understatement, was gracious enough to take the last remaining screw that they had out of their, not sure if they called it their trophy room or just stuff they had. They had a room with a bunch of LCN in it, old stuff, new stuff, whatever it might be. They had one, and he literally said, "We cannot determine why we need to have this, and that I would be able to get it to my client who desperately needs them in order to keep their closers working, because if you don't have this screw, the replacement isn't just a new LCN closer and you slap it up onto the header. There is no direct replacement." So, in the interest of there is no direct replacement, let's take some basic dimensional properties and talk about this bolt. The good news is this is just a typical 3/8 16 thread. That's a 3/8 16 thread. That gold part you see there, that's not painted. This screw had some very old thread lock on it, very old, that I had to scrape off to take my 3/8 16 nut and put it down onto the threaded portion to make sure that it was 3/8 16. It is. 3/8 16 is the 3/8 size. There are other 3/8 thread count, but 16 is the common one. Being 3/8 16, this has an OD of 0.37. Now, the purpose of giving you these dimensions, the dimensional properties of the item, is I think you could kind of make your own. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. The length from the underside of the head to the end of the threaded portion, that's 0.796, so just long on 3/4 inch. The length of the threaded portion only is about 0.475, about 7/16. The length of that shoulder will be the difference. Should be about 5/16. 0.302. The diameter of that smooth area is 0.499 is the diameter of that area. The outside diameter of the head, 0.756. The thickness of the head is 0.1 on the nose. Now, what I would consider doing is getting a truss head style 3/8 16 machine bolt. That's just the 3/8 16 machine bolt. I would then get a drill bushing that had that 1/2 inch OD. I don't think you're going to find one with a 3/8 ID, but you'll certainly find a bushing with a 1/2 inch OD. You should be able to get that into a fixture so that you can ream the hole out to 3/8. You can slide that bushing over. That truss head screw, the OD of a truss head screw for 3/8 is probably going to be bigger than that, 0.79 or whatever that dimension was. But if you had to, you could probably take that and put it on the edge of a grinder. Whatever that washer is that's there, I don't know. It's a 1/2 inch washer, though. We know that. It may be a fender washer, but at the end of the day, a washer is a washer is a washer. So if you've got room, I would get a fender washer. That's the part where you'll have to contribute yourself. But those are the dimensional properties. If I was in a pinch, I know that I would be able to make that work. I believe that I would. Here's the problem with doing all of this. If you have a fire rated door and you do that modification, you no longer have a fire rated door, because those bolts are not tested, they're not listed, they're not appropriate at all. So be mindful that if you have a fire rated door, it would be not technically in violation of the integrity of the fire rating of the opening. It would be expressly prohibited. So proceed accordingly. But dimensionally, I don't think, and I've never tried it, but I think you would be in good shape with that. And I make this video because, we need a time machine to find any more of these. Let's switch quickly to the screen view, and then we will just take a look at the drawing that's here, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is the parts drawing that's listed down below, and I'm sure it wouldn't be impossible to find an older LCN catalog with this in it. But nonetheless, we are looking at the 330/97 screw-in washer set right here. Right here. Okay, so we've detailed that washer. That, we've detailed the screw. The washer, I really can't speak about. I imagine, and what I'm saying is, I would imagine that that washer is 1/2 inch because of the diameter of this portion, and then the drill bushing that I'm talking about. That should fit over and underneath the head of this. But I don't have an image of a 330 closer installed to know what that looks like. Actually, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Manufacturer's page. Control F, LCN. Ingersoll Rand version of LCN product catalog. I don't know how old that is, but it obviously predates Allegion. 330. Well, look at that. Maybe not good enough. Well, that's a track style anyway. Let's try that other Allegion. Pardon me, the other Ingersoll Rand. Yeah, it's not going to be in the 2013. I thought I had another installation, LCN closers and automatic operators parts manual. I don't know how old this document is. Yeah, nothing 330 here. So now, just referring to a generic search, we might be able to find a archival catalog here. There's a question: are there parts available for the 330 unit? And they do list, because there are certain parts that will be compatible. For instance, if you needed the arm, if you need the 159 arm, that we can get our hands on from another series. But from the forearm to the bracket is the problem. Okay, I was able to find a cut sheet on this, and they don't give us really any better look. I was hoping for something a little bit better, but no such luck. But anyway, shows where that unit is going to fall in. So hopefully this will help you. Let's finish up this video on camera. In conclusion, I'd like to say thank you to the most exceptional people at LCN. That is a culture of excellence that they have there. Every time I have an interaction with LCN and her sister companies, Schlage, Von Duprin, Glenn Johnson, their technical support people they behave as if they're partners with you in the process. Just beyond amazing. So this video is to archive this data for the future. And hopefully my theory of piece parts will end up working. An industrial hardware store is who I would turn to for these parts. That would be easy material to get your hands on. If I can be of any assistance on this item or any other LCN item, please feel free to reach out to us. My name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders. Thank you.